What to Play presents 25 of the most anticipated PlayStation 5 titles coming out this 2021. Visit our website at whattoplay.com to see the full list of all upcoming PS5 releases. Link in the description box below. Hitman 3. The final chapter of the world's greatest assassin is coming to the PlayStation 5 next year. Armed with the most advanced weaponry possible, eliminate key targets with surgical precision. In this explosive finale, travel to gorgeous vistas including Dubai and the crowded neon-lit Chongqing City. Find the most efficient way to fulfill contracts with minimal noise. The game comes out this 20th of January. Outriders. Square Enix has something akin to the looter shooters of this day and age. Similar to Destiny and Warframe, Outriders is no different. Players drop in and drop out in a seamless multiplayer experience. Select from 4 of its unique classes and survive a dark and desolate future where the only salvation is scavenging powerful loot. It's set to release this February 2nd. Destruction All-Stars. One of the select titles that are exclusive to the PlayStation 5, Destruction All-Stars is exactly what it is. It's a chaotic blend of Rocket League and whatever this is. Team up with friends and dominate an arena full of scrap metal and burning debris. Choose from its varied cast of characters, each with their own metallic monster. Get ready to crash and burn once the game comes out this February 2021. Far Cry 6. Return to the unforgiving Far Cry universe in this brand new installment set in a country ruled by a totalitarian leader. Breaking Bad veteran and The Mandalorian star Giancarlo Esposito takes the role of the antagonist seeking to ruin the player's journey. Expect an atmospheric first-person shooter in a land torn by civil war. Coming this early 2021. Guilty Gear Strive. Arc System Works' latest fighting game brings in new and familiar faces into its cel-shaded world. It's the 7th mainline installment of the acclaimed fighter, and it will feature a roster of 15 iconic characters from the series during release. An additional 5 DLC characters will be available at a later date. The game is coming out this 9th of April 2021. Mass Effect Legendary Edition. The fabled remaster of this science fiction masterpiece from BioWare is officially real. Enjoy 3 of the massive Mass Effect titles packed into one legendary collection. This edition includes improved audio, visuals, and contains all the DLCs from all the titles, but with the exception of multiplayer. Meet the memorable cast of the series once more once the game comes out this spring 2021. Returnal. Housemarque, the team that gave us Nex Machina and Resogun, returns with a brand new title that could rival their previous projects. Returnal is a roguelike third-person shooter set in a derelict planet full of eldritch terrors. Live a cycle of life and death and survive an onslaught of unspeakable horrors with every run. Coming this early 2021. Gran Turismo 7. The gold standard of PlayStation's racing titles makes its grand return to the PlayStation 5. Put the pedal to the metal as players witness next-gen racing like never before. GT7 is Polyphony Digital's most ambitious game to date, and it will certainly test the limits of Sony's latest console. It's set to release sometime this first and second quarter of 2021. Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. The next adventure of Sony's dynamic duo is their most challenging yet. Insomniac's latest installment takes players into a vibrant world with minimal loading times, thanks to the PS5's SSD. Now torn between alternate realities, Ratchet & Clank must find their way home by manipulating time and space. It's still the same quirky space adventure that everyone's familiar with, and it comes out this early 2021 as a PS5 exclusive. Deathloop. Arcane Studios' latest project after their famed Dishonored series combines BioShock's kinetic first-person shooting with Groundhog Day's time anomalies. Find a way out of this sadistic island teeming with sycophants by planning the most efficient path to take down enemies. Every death means a new opportunity, and every opportunity grants players the key to break the time loop, coming this second quarter of 2021. Horizon Forbidden West. A follow-up to Aloy's post-apocalyptic journey of the planet Earth and one of PlayStation's best exclusives. Forbidden West perfectly captures the PlayStation 5's capabilities with improved visuals and seamless loading times. The world is still rife with danger, and the metallic fauna that roams the lands are still majestic as ever. This open world sequel will come out sometime this late 2021. Kena, Bridge of Spirits. Of all the titles coming out for the PlayStation 5, Kena is among the few that stands out due to its adorable art style and simple gameplay. In this third-person action adventure, take on the role of the young spirit guide as she bridges the line between the land of the living and the dead. It suffered a huge delay just recently due to the pandemic, and it's expected to come out in the fourth quarter of 2021. God of War Ragnarok. Also the biggest game coming out to the PlayStation 5. Kratos and his son Atreus return as they face the consequences of their actions in the first game. Although there aren't any confirmed story details yet, fans can only expect jaw-dropping set pieces that could rival their previous entries. Here's hoping for some Kratos and Thor showdown. It's slated for a 2021 release. Resident Evil Village. There's no stopping Capcom from releasing great titles every year. The Resident Evil series gets its next installment in 2021. Village is the 8th mainline story set in the Resident Evil universe, and it sees the return of Seven's Ethan. The survival horror experience is even more terrifying with werewolves and witches, and not to mention its immersive first-person perspective. Ghost Runner. The cyberpunk genre has become so well known, anyone can make a game out of it. Ghost Runner is a futuristic first-person action game set in a sprawling neon-lit city. As an augmented warrior, sweep through its relentless streets and rooftops using a katana and some fancy gadgets. It's a fast-paced title with some hyper-violent visuals. It's already released on all major platforms, but the PS5 version comes out next year. Hogwarts Legacy. The Harry Potter franchise is on a roller coaster of controversies lately, but that's not stopping Warner Bros. From releasing the most anticipated RPG experience set within the halls of Hogwarts. Sometime next year, Legacy is the Harry Potter RPG everyone's looking for. Explore the early days of the wizarding world and create a kind of magic that could only be seen from the player's perspective. Gotham Knights. Speaking of Legacy, the Caped Crusaders' heroic deeds live on in this latest installment of the Batman mythos. From the team that developed Arkham Origins, Knights is an open-world action-adventure where players choose between 4 of Gotham's finest: Batgirl, Robin, Nightwing, and Red Hood. Work with friends in its drop-in and drop-out co-op mode, or do the crime fighting alone. Coming this 2021. Ghostwire Tokyo. In a world where almost everyone mysteriously vanished, become a badass Ghostbuster well-equipped to banish these monsters for good. Ghostwire Tokyo is an unlikely blend of horror and action. Tango Gameworks' latest project involves hunting down the paranormal with style. We might as well call it a supernatural action, as players get the chance to fight spectral entities using psychic and other paranormal abilities. It's very trippy, but it looks cool. It's set to release this 2021. Stray. There is nothing more relaxing than playing a simple platforming involving a cat. Taking place in a cyberpunkish world, players assume the role of a stray cat wandering its way around the hustle and bustle of its neon-lit alleyways. It's a unique concept, and cat lovers will definitely find this title appealing, but unfortunately, that's all we know so far. Coming sometime this 2021. Little Devil Inside. Embrace the inner daredevil in this fascinating indie game from Neostream. Still in its development stages, go on a majestic voyage to surreal landscapes facing all kinds of creatures. It's been in development hell since 2015, and luckily it gained enough support from fans, and from the looks of it, it looks almost ready. Players can show their support on their Kickstarter page before it comes out soon. Solar Ash. Enter a surreal and broken world teeming with mystery and danger. From the creators of the hyper-violent Hyperlight Drifter comes a whole new adventure soaked in its signature purple aesthetic. Encounter eccentric characters and face against massive bosses in this slick action game with platforming elements. It's still in development, but it's expected to come out next year. Chorus. A space combat shooter that sends players to the infinite void of the universe as a one-man army with a powerful ship. Play as two protagonists, an ex-pilot with a dark past and a sentient AI taking the ship's reins. Together, these two go on a quest of redemption and uncover the deeper mysteries of space through epic zero-gravity dogfights. It's set to release sometime in 2021. Project Athia. Revealed during the PlayStation presentation back in June, Project Athia is an ambitious new IP from Square Enix. It's still a working title, and from the looks of its gameplay trailer, there's a lot of things that might change design-wise. It's marketed as an open-world action game where the main protagonist is transported into a world not her own. There's still a lot of questions, including a release date, but sadly we might not be seeing this title soon. Final Fantasy XVI. Square Enix's latest entry to their beloved series gets a massive overhaul. 16 is no longer stuck to the dated mechanics of classic JRPGs. Instead, it ventures into new territory with character action combat. It's fast-paced, stylish, and it gives more room for experimentation. Not only that, 16 will go back to its roots where magic, crystals, and chocobos are a big thing. It's finally fantasy this time. Black Myth: Wukong. Developed by Game Science Studio, a Chinese indie company, it's fascinating to see their own take on the legendary tale of the Monkey King. After its surprise video posted on various gaming outlets, it's no surprise that Black Myth: Wukong generated so much hype with just that. It looks absolutely insane for a trailer and it feels next-gen. However, the game is still in development and its release date is still unconfirmed, so what we see here might be subject to change.